Hey everyone, Austin here with Carlson Cards, and today we have a really fun PSA reveal. I love when PSA does these like $15, $16 specials. I had a ton of cards saved up, so I was able to get them all off. As you can tell from the title of the video, a lot of variety, a lot of nostalgia. Should be a lot of players that you guys love and remember fondly watching. Should be a fun video. Obviously, we're shooting for 10s here. I don't expect 10s on every card like I always mention, but every 10 is a win. So again, cheer for me during this video if you want to. If you want to root against me, so be it. But ultimately, I hope you enjoy. So I have 150 cards here today. As you can see, I got 6 stacks. Probably going to break this into 2 videos. This will be the first one, and then I'll have another one up maybe next week, something like that. So yeah, let's get started. First off, we have 2 cool ones that actually go kind of together. I grabbed this stack first. I knew they were on top. So the Ed Reed Bray Lewis Blue Refractor, both the PSA 10, 2010 Topps Chrome. These are numbered out of 199. I think both are also Pop 1, so really nice hits. These came from actually an eBay seller that I had bought from in the past who I think maybe watched the videos. I'm not sure if he mentioned that once when I bought some cards from him. Always has really cool refractors and stuff, so I grabbed a stack of different ones and had them ready and just kind of sitting for when there was a special. And again, both of those gems, so pretty happy about that. Next, we have a Michael Jordan, MJ, LeBron, PSA 10 duo card here. These are sweet. I did recently sell one of these. They do really well in a 10. They're pretty tough to gem, but I did gem this one here. So happy about that one. Obviously, not a ton of cards with Michael Jordan and LeBron on them. So at a PSA 10, that's going to fetch pretty high price. So it's a nice one to get in this bulk value grading. So PSA 9 Kobe. And just a heads up too, if you guys watch videos often, usually I send off personal collection cards. This kind of bulk grading usually is actually just stuff for my eBay store, like I mentioned already, 2 did sell. The reason I do that is a lot of my PC cards I send, typically when there's not a special, I just send them right away because I'm too excited. Whereas this kind of stuff, I just wait and wait and wait. So this is all stuff that, again, not for my collection, but grade homes for somebody else. But that's the fun of the grading. Like I always mention too, you can I can grade 20 personal collection cards and then send off a bunch of cards like this for the eBay store. Then somebody can get them in their collection as well. All right, so we have actually a run on Jordan 10s, it looks like here. So we had first the Dunk Vision, the rising to the occasion. Notice these are all both Wizards jerseys. I don't purposely just send MJ Wizards cards, but I've had a horrible experience with actually another gem. Okay, I knew what the grades are. I just didn't realize these were all in this order. So I did do send off a lot of the Wizards cards strictly because the year when the set's released, like after 2000, I just feel like I get much better grades versus stuff that's in the 90s. They just seem to chip a lot more and stuff like that. So it happens to be just that's why I sent off a bunch of Wizards cards again, in case you're wondering. So you have a 2017 Travis Kelce Orange Prism. Reason I wanted to highlight this one, I thought it was pretty cool. Numbered out 275. Obviously the rookie year here for Patrick Mahomes. So, I don't know what the Mahomes goes for. I'd imagine multiple thousands. Kelce probably more in the 40, 50 range. But a cool one again, $15 grading opens you up. 16 opens you up to some of the more unique cards that maybe, again, I wouldn't send off for 30 or so, like something like this. But for $16, it's cool to send off anything that looks clean and just see how you do. So this is just so fun getting these back, of course, too. And a nice looking MJ here. Actually, we have 2 of them. Tribute to Greatness. So like I just mentioned, not particularly doing Wizards cards. These are obviously Chicago Bulls. It just happens to be the 2003. Like I said, they just, this is obviously post-career, I believe, or close to it. But the cards seem to be in much better condition when I send them off. So that's why you're seeing a lot of these. And I will mention too, nice Rogers Black Refractor. This order was the new PSA slabs. I'm a huge fan. They feel really nice. They look really nice. You can just tell these, how to explain, there's less glare on the slabs maybe is what I'm noticing. But yeah, it's just great to get these in and get these back and then have them in the new slabs. I'm just a big fan of these. They have a Kurt Warner Gold Refractor. This one's pretty cool. One, again, tempted to keep, but my Kurt stuff is all like number 25 or lower. And there's quite a few golds if I wanted to go for them, but I think I'll just hold off on the golds and stick with kind of the super short print type stuff in the same sets like Finest, stuff like that, but maybe just not the golds out of 50. I don't think I'm going to do that run anytime soon. Cool one here. So again, you're probably wondering why am I grading a Denarius Moore card? Who is that guy? So I'm doing the entire set here of the gold prisms of 2013 Select. He is in the base set. What I was getting at though, I'm doing card number 1 through 150. I'm not doing the rookies. So many no names in that 2013 draft class. That's the only reason I'm doing that. So yeah, nice one to get in. Again, like I said, I usually send off PC cards right away just so I want to get them protected, and I'm okay paying a couple dollars more because I'm too excited to see how they'll do. That one was one where I just didn't really care as much, so I was good to wait. You have a little soccer in this order too. So the Ronaldinho 2010 FIFA World Cup sticker. PSA 8, I'm learning lesson here from grading for a while. I've noticed the stickers in a 8, 9 are really, really strong grades. 10s are very difficult to come by, but if you do, and I have before, they sell very, very well, you know, and obviously fetch a good premium. 8s are more of like probably what you're, you know, $30, $40, $20. I mean, I don't know, it depends on the sticker, but just to give an idea. So Tim Tebow, black refractor, really, really, really sweet card here. Rookie card, obviously, for Tebow, numbered out of 99. I actually have the gold here, so again, an example where I'll keep the lower numbered and probably sell the black. But one I just saw, again, it was, I don't know if it was just an auction or something, and I tossed a $20 bid down. Just felt too cheap for how fun Tebow was to watch, and something where at least I could consider while it was off if I wanted to keep it and that sort of thing. But, you know, anytime I see a card like that for a player that I'm super nostalgic for, I guess it would be the word, I'm always trying to grab them. I just think, again, I don't get why people pay the insane premium for today's players when you really don't know how their career is going to go. Whereas you know Tebow was a flop essentially in the NFL, but not a full flop, right? He had really good memories for a couple big fan bases, just NFL fans in general. So I'd rather own a card like that at least has a piece in history than you know, just a random, I don't know, QB that's going to be a third stringer 2 years from now and you're paying way more. It's just always silly to me. Couple Beckham, both Futera. I say this every video, I swear. I don't know how to say that word. Somebody tell me in the comments. But these are, I know, very tough gems. So 9, again, a perfect example, like I said, with the stickers. Anytime I get a 9, I'll take it on something like that. See here, 10's dropping off pretty hard. This order does have a lot of stuff that, you know, is typically pretty hard gems, especially the soccer stuff. The Jordans, a lot of this stuff, a lot of these sets are like 40, 50% gem rate. I think you'd be surprised. But they're tough to find in condition that you'd want to grade, if that makes sense. You know, if I'm buying 10, 20 Jordans, I wouldn't say, you know, half of those are actually going to get a 10. It's, you know, you got to kind of vet out what are the bad ones and that sort of thing. I thought this was cool. So this is the ultra rare out of Star Quest, Ken Griffey. Not only is it an ultra rare, I don't know the print run, but it's more scarce as well because I believe, like I, you know, obviously can show here, a lot of these are probably scratched off. I don't know the gist of what this is, to be honest. I have no idea what this card is or why it's like that, but I've seen in hockey they have stuff you can scratch off and redeem online and that sort of thing. So I think PSA only lets you grade if they're not scratched, or maybe if they are scratched, they'll hit you really hard. That's more than likely the case, I'm guessing. But again, that one we did get a 9, which is a pretty good grade, I would assume. But then we did gem the 10 on this one, and actually, you know, I mentioned stuff that sold. This one I still have in hand, but it did just sell on eBay. I have actually only been listing, like, now that I had a baby, and happy Father's Day to all those out there who are fathers. I got to have my first Father's Day weekend this weekend. It was pretty fun, cool now being a dad and having that. But I was getting at is, I've learned now that I have a baby, you know, you're not going to just get everything listed on eBay or send off an order immediately, right? I'm getting like 10, 20 minutes at a time, maybe longer. Usually my wife's pretty good about that. But what I was getting at there, though, is my eBay listing is so slow. Like, if you're seeing this video, this is probably not online yet. I usually try to get it up right away just so, again, I can keep funding my collection by buying and selling. That's just what I enjoy doing, and I share in the videos here. You know, I collect football cards, but a lot of this stuff, it's like something so fun about finding the raw cards, really hunting for clean copies. And like I said, just running an eBay store, running a side business of sorts besides my collection, unrelated there. But it's just fun to do. And like I said, I'd love to get them all listed right away, but it's just impossible with the baby, so you kind of space it out a little bit. But yeah, the Griffey's here, what I was doing was, whenever I was seeing, so I think a lot of these came from like ComC, I was just looking for sets that didn't really have any listed that looked to be fairly easy grades, you know, with the white borders. You know, again, are these crazy premiums on 10s? Probably not. I would imagine a lot of the 10s are like $50 or less. But for $15, $16, if you can get 50% gem rate, you know, it's a really good opportunity there. And I haven't graded a ton of Griffey. I don't even know if these will sell, but it's a player where, like I mentioned in the past, I'm not too worried about having a Griffey on the eBay store for months versus, you know, a modern guy that, like, you got to just sell because if he doesn't play good, then no one will want it and that sort of thing. I just hate that. That's why I mostly deal in guys that, you know, I have a lot of nostalgia for. It's a cool one for Messi. I just got to say, I just thought this looked really nice. I've graded this set, I think, in the past, but maybe example here, like, I had, I think, 2 or 3 from that set. I just had bought a lot or something like that. And so I sent off maybe 2 in a different order and then saved this one for this order. I just try to space it out. I don't see a benefit all the time in sending like 5 of the same card. It just doesn't really make sense, especially if they look similar condition. I don't know the benefit in really having like 8 of the same grade. Even if, again, I mentioned this in the past, I've been able to go to card shows a little more, maybe once a month. So it's nice having some of, you know, different players here just to be able to set out, you know, slabs between $20 to $100 is just mostly what I sell at shows. And ungraded cards obviously too, but nice to just, like I said, get a little bit of variety without having 3 or 4 of the same player. It just gets kind of ridiculous at that point. So an MJ Honor Roll, kind of a goofy looking card. All these Wizards stuff, like I said, they're just quirky, but they're typically low pop in a 10. They're not the easiest gems always, but if you can get a 10, you know, obviously they're always desired for Jordan. And a lot of people, you know, you can't afford the 80s 10s, but, you know, people go for the set registry or they want to get a bunch of Jordan 10s from the different years, so I just try to fulfill that here. A couple Barry Sanders in this order too. Nothing super fancy again, just a player where it's like, all right, I have an eBay store. I just do not have much for this player. So, you know, we'll just grade a few of the more modern. Again, not the, like I might send in the $19 would be more, $19 grading would be more of the refractors and stuff like that that are, you know, 10s or a couple $100s. This is more stuff that just works with the budget grading that I just, you know, set aside as I'm prepping, and whatever looks nice, keep that ready. Cool one here, I think a pop one as well. Pink Pulsar. Looks nice. Obviously college uniform, post-playing years, but, you know, it's just something. Again, it doesn't have to all be the greatest and, you know, fit the perfect collector metrics to be worthy of sending off. If they look in nice condition for $15, you can't go wrong too much. Another cool Kelsey, again, because of the tie to the, I think cool because of the tie to the Mahomes rookie year. This is obviously the same year as Select Silver Prism Field Level. Cool in there. Getting a couple 10s. Again, like I mentioned, this order was not a great gem rate. I wouldn't say I did anything differently. It just happened to go that way. But like you're seeing, it's a lot of older cards, so that's just how it goes sometimes. And then I get like 8s on this, not expecting, you know, 8 7s. Obviously, not great, not what I want to be doing, but you live and learn every order and just try to get better for the next time. Especially a lot of these Griffey 9s. I mean, these will be a wash. You'll lose $5 every time, but it's worth trying. And again, now I kind of know. Maybe take a better look at these under a lamp, that sort of thing. It's another cool Barry Sanders tricolor PSA 8. Then we have a Michael Jordan PSA 10 here from Upper Deck MVP. So I already graded one of the Bulls like you saw in a 10. Now I have here the Wizards. This is the checklist. I don't know if the Bulls is like base set or the checklist. I don't actually remember which one's which there. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this first part of the reveal. I'll do another one, like I said, next week. A lot of really cool cards in the second batch, saving some for the next video. But hope you guys enjoyed, something to be entertained by, and I'll see you next week.